Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
Advanced Electrical and Mechanical is a Pysick family-owned business and proud supporter of Menomonie Athletics. Whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural, we've got your electrical, HVAC, and refrigeration needs covered. Let's make your project happen. Call us today at 715-495-2968 or visit us online at www.advancedelectricalmechanical.com. Back for the Menomonie Holiday Tournament Classic alongside Storm Harmon. I'm Chad Zutter. We'll bring you the broadcast here. Third game here tonight. Girls will play after this one. As you see on your screen there, Merrill Bluejays versus your Menomonie Mustangs. In boys actions here at 3 o'clock. The 5 o'clock game will be the girls taking on Rhinelander of the Great Northern Conference. A bunch of the schools out of that conference here up in this tournament. And let's run down some numbers so far in this tournament. Go all the way back to yesterday. New Richmond defeated Merrill on the boys' side 80-73. St. Croix Central defeated Rhinelander 72-38 in the girls' side. Yesterday, Menomonie, both the boys and girls got big wins. Menomonie girls defeated Merrill 64-24. Menomonie boys defeated Anago 71-34. 2 games in so far here today, the 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. game. Both big margin victories on that one as well. Storm, we saw St. Croix Central defeat the Merrill girls 59-27. And then in boys actions, the one right before this, New Richmond defeated Anago 95-54. And this would be a good one. We saw that first score I talked about here, Storm. New Richmond defeated Merrill just 80-73. Merrill's got some big boys, specifically Eli Burtman's listed at 6'7" here. I saw the second half of that game, and them in New Richmond, it was mano-y-mano, punch and punch back, very tight game. That 7-point margin, don't let you fool it. It was much tighter than that, and it was one of those games where you foul down the end and the team just kind of extends it. So this is going to be a challenge for these Mustangs.
Yeah, Merrill actually got out to a 15-point lead in the first half and was up 9 at halftime over New Richmond. And New Richmond, they've just been churning through teams. So Merrill kind of knows what they're doing. As you see, they got a couple wins under their belt already this year too. But yeah, some nice length. 22 really could shoot it for them. They kind of got hot from the outside there. 0 could knock down some shots too. So it'll be a really nice test for the Mustangs here before a really busy week next week coming back from break. So this is probably exactly what Coach Van Grunsven would hope for, is a game where you could kind of get after somebody last night, and then tonight sharpen up the best you can, because I think they got 3 of them next week right out of the break.
Yeah, we'll find that schedule. It's somewhere amongst all these papers here, Storm. I know I got the Menomonie Mustangs schedule. That's something we'll get to here during this broadcast as well. But very good games on the slate here to end this holiday tournament. And then, like you said, after the new year, we get into that. I always call it the meat grinder of the season, that January, February, minimum 2 games a week. You might have 3 games in a week. You might have some back-to-back. I know I talked to assistant coach Eric Harmon with a reschedule of a game that was canceled. They have a back-to-back conference game on the back end of that one, and that's always a challenge when you get into that January, February season. It's almost to the point now where you're playing games more than actually practicing a week, and that can take a toll on players.
Yeah, talking with Coach Van Grunsven before the game started. So they open Monday, Tuesday of next week. non-con with, I think, Osceola and then Eau Claire North, a Big Rivers matchup on that Tuesday. But like you mentioned, it is a meat grinder once you kind of hit January, because these games kind of got to happen, and the weather sometimes makes it a little bit more difficult for you. So, yeah, looking forward to tonight to see what our guys have, see if they can keep building upon what they've been doing. Shared the ball really well last night. Kind of scored on all three levels at a very efficient rate. Took care of the basketball really well. I think they finished with under 5. I think we had their turnover percentage was 11%, which is extremely low for high school basketball. So just keep building on those things and play a nice opponent tonight and see how it goes.
Yeah, look at Merrill's numbers here in front of me here. As a team, they're shooting 32% from the field, 24% from long range, 63% from the free throw line. Leading scorer for the Merrill Bluejays, Tyson Ott at 13.43 per game. He is in the starting lineup for the Merrill Bluejays. Bunch of other guys around that 6 to 8 mark, so they're equal opportunity scoring team here are the Merrill Bluejays. Definitely not anybody you need to key on and say shut him down, we can win this game. All 5 of their guys in that starting lineup can put up points for these Merrill Bluejays. Now look at the games they've played so far. You mentioned 3-5 on the season. Merrill's got wins against Newman Catholic, Crandon, and then Tomahawk. Losses against Wausau West, Northland Pines, Mosinee, Wisconsin Rapids, and New Richmond. We're going to get to the starting lineups here in our Crystal Orthodontics pregame show after. I think we're going to do no, we're not going to do a national anthem. So we'll roll right into it. Let's roll right into that Merrill Bluejays starting lineup here to begin. Again, Merrill 3-5 overall, 1-2 in the Great Northern Conference. They're going to go this way. 6'10 sophomore number 0, Peyton Zimmerman. A 6'2 senior number 2, Charles Kalinowski. A 6'1 junior number 4, Tyson Ott. A 6'1 senior number 22, Cooper Wendorf. And a 6'7 senior number 34, Eli Burtman. The Merrill Bluejays coached by Troy Pieper in his 6th season. Now, as you see on your screen, we'll run down that starting lineups here for the Menomonie Mustangs. 5-2 overall, 1-1 in the BRC. 6'2 senior number 1, Isaac Nielsen. 5'10 senior number 2, Jacob Rue. 5'11 junior number 12, Tyler Nelson. 6'8 junior number 20, Trevor Robert. And a 6'4 junior number 22, Blake Behrens. Mustangs coached by Greg Van Grunsven in his 25th season. And I'm going to try to find, I got the numbers here for the Menomonie boys stats-wise. And I'll pull that up here as, again, I'll throw all my sheets here, Storm. I got it in here somewhere. Kind of look at the numbers here for the Mustang boys so far. They're the girls. We're getting there, and they're the boys amongst the tree of papers that I cut down. All right, Isaac Nielsen, 11.2 points per game. Trevor Robert, 18.8 points per game. Tyler Nelson, next in line at 9.2, and then Jake Rue, 8.8. Jake Rue had a nice game yesterday. Hit five three-pointers in last night's game. So we will stand for the national anthem. Be back right after this.
Thank you. Now it's on America, and those defending our freedom. We ask those who are able to remain standing, remove your hats, and place your head over your heart for the singing of the national anthem. Performed today by our retired Menomonie teacher, Mr. Ralph Haas.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the
Had a moment of silence there before our national anthem. I think that was in tribute. I didn't hear it there, but I'm assuming here, Storm, that was in tribute of Steve Schranz, who just passed away last week, a longtime radio voice here in Menomonie for all kinds of athletics. Also, I think an assistant basketball coach at one point, even the head boys basketball coach, Steve Schranz. He was just his funeral proceedings here just this morning, actually, in the Menomonie area. So big thanks to that family. Obviously, he's in the Steve Schranz in the Menomonie Hall of Fame. Just got inducted this last fall. Also in the UW Stout Hall of Fame. Just kind of a Menomonie legend in the aspect of being around athletics and being a community member. And big shout out to his family. Obviously, going through a tough time at the moment. Look at this now, the Menomonie Mustangs in home black uniforms. We haven't seen those this year. It looks like they maybe just right off the press there, Storm.
Yeah, a little normally a road gear too, so that's part of it, right? Yeah.
Well, that's why I haven't seen it. No wonder. You're right. I always see the white. You're right. No question about
Otherwise,
it.
I don't know. Riley's got something in the athletic budget or something that's showing up here. So.
Yeah, you're right. I don't see those road unis very often.
Probably because of the overnight trip for Merrill and Anigo and all them bringing 2 uniforms, be able to switch it up. So a little bit different wrinkle, but a little playoff feel to it, right? Sometimes you wear those road gear on the road. It's already pre-established. So.
Yeah, officials assigned for today's game, and actually they're doing a doubleheader, just like us here in the booth. The 3 guys in the court also doing the girls game next. Reed Hansen, Joey Kinderman, and Travis Lobby, your officials, as assigned by Matt Riley, the athletic director here at Menomonie. Well, getting ready for some basketball here. Again, your Mustangs actually in the road black unis, Merrill in the home white unis. And Merrill will control the tip here to begin.
We're going right at Trav.
And man defense here to start. There's Ott with the basketball, leading scorer here for Merrill. That matchup we're going to want to watch. Burtman versus Robert. Both, they're pretty similar size. Robert maybe a little thicker, but as far as height goes, they're very similar, if not exact.
Yeah, only difference 34, a little lefty out of from the size standpoint. Nice post up there and good touch and patience by 4 right there.
Yeah, Ott is the guy for. I'll get you a roster here somewhere there. It's in there somewhere, Storm, that Merrill boys roster. Jake Rue's going to try to answer other side with a 3. No go. Rebound is going to be grabbed by Burtman, and here comes Merrill the other way.
And yesterday, Merrill showed an extensive 2-1-2 look against New Richmond, partly probably because of the pace of play and style that New Richmond likes to play with. But it gave some troubles to the Tigers, and we'll be interested to see if we see that for portions of tonight's game.
Nice feed underneath there from Ott. He found off the double team. Burtman left alone, and Burtman drops it in easily right next to the hoop. There's a turnover. Mustangs, and Ott's going to go over the big man. Can't get it over Robert. And he'll get the miss. Well, Trevor. Yeah, talking about, I just saw that second half yesterday with Merrill versus New Richmond. What did you see from this Merrill squad that may pose some challenges here from Menomonie?
So a lot of inside out. I mean, they shot it really well from the 3, but again, part of that's probably predicated on what New Richmond does style-wise. They're kind of trying to get a steal early in a possession and kind of give up some open looks. I would imagine Menomonie is going to be a little bit more disciplined with the 3-point line. But talking with Coach Van Grunsven before the game, he was concerned about what this zone would look like with his kids, especially the perimeter guys, how they'd handle it, because it's deceivingly long. They're a lot longer than what it maybe appears on your screens tonight. But just solid, know what they're supposed to do within that zone. And if you're feeding to 6-7, I mean, that just makes the court shrink pretty fast.
Merrill caused another turnover, second already here for Menomonie. Again, last night, 4 turnovers the whole game for Menomonie. Just an unbelievable job of taking care of the basketball. Corner 3, Ott. That'll rattle out. Robert will gather up the rebound.
Really nice ball movement again.
Robert top of the key with it.
And last night we saw more of a 1-3-1 zone. That was Anigo's wrinkle off of their man.
Now, what is this, 2-1-2 it looks like?
2-1-2. Occasionally you'll get a little trap action out of it, but a lot of it is just to try and keep the ball out of the middle.
And now Barron's with it. And we're going to have a timeout. Head coach Greg Van Grunsven trying to find out a way to score on this 2-1-2. We'll be back. Mustangs TV.
Telling everyone I meet that if they need appliances, they have to go to Denny's. I had done a lot of research prior to calling them to schedule an appointment. I called and I spoke with Kayla. She made some suggestions of things that I might want to consider versus what I had picked out. She wanted to make sure I got the best price and the best rebates. I was so thrilled when I got done working with her.
When you want peace of mind on your appliance purchase, schedule your one-on-one appointment with Denny's today.
A high-deductible health plan opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back with you out of the timeout here by Greg Van Grunsven, the head coach here for your Menomonie Mustangs. Merrill Bluejays out of that great Northern Conference with the early lead, 4-0. Coming up next will be the Menomonie girls taking on Rhinelander. That'll be a 5 o'clock tip. Nelson will take the inbound, looking for a short corner there. Into the corner, Jacob Rue will draw a 3. No, Robert, the offensive board, another chance. He puts it on the ground, gets it up over the defender, but can't make it. Barron's now with the offensive board. Kick out, Rue, a quick trigger 3 swish.
Good offensive rebound by Blake and being strong to find that kick out there.
Yeah, second chance opportunities. Menomonie taking advantage of it on that last possession. Transition 3 far side, almost banks it in.
Nice rebound.
Was Kolansky, but put back there good. I didn't see who scored that one.
Bertman again.
Bertman got that one.
Yep, 6-7, 6-7.
Tyler Nelson, Rue, and Nielsen kind of the guys out top here trying to battle this 2-1-2. Rue's going to trigger another 3. This side iron miss is going to head out of bounds. Merrill basketball.
Probably want to see that ball move a little bit more. I mean, I think you were at 1 for 4, 1 for 5 starting off with right now for your Mustangs.
That was the offensive player went the wrong way, and literally the pass went right to Tyler Nelson. I don't think he could have an easier layup there for Tyler Nelson. Missing the 3 there is Wendorf. And Menomonie a chance to take the lead first time here tonight if they can get a bucket.
Yeah, and one thing will be interesting to see how the game transpires if we try to get in transition a little bit more to beat the zone down the floor. Might be able to get some nice rim runs with Trev or Blake on the floor.
Trigger 3, Nielsen will knock it down, and that will give the Mustangs their first lead, 8-6, and this is an 8-0 run. I think, 8-2 run.
Yep.
It was 4-0 to start Merrill.
Yeah, and really good patience. That's what we were talking about, that ball reversal that we would like to see.
Nice finish off the glass for Bertman. He's got 6 now.
Nice pass by Ott there.
Boy, that big guy, you can tell, I mean, he can handle the ball. Good athleticism and coordination for that size. He can really move. Robert now, nice spin, and Robert will answer on the other side. It's going to be a fun matchup to watch here, that Robert and Bertman. From Menomonie and Merrill, almost a turnover. Near a double dribble there for Zimmerman. Haven't seen a sub either side yet. Nope. Almost 6 in.
And a little more methodical pace, right? Both teams seem very well in control. Nice hit.
Cooper Wendorf will knock down a 3. That will give Merrill the lead back. And we talked about it pregame. This should be a good matchup, and it's looking right away like it is going to be a kind of a seesaw game.
Yeah.
Both teams pretty competitive at this time, at this moment.
Pretty comparable position to position too, right? I mean, matchup-wise, from a size standpoint, looks pretty consistent across the board.
A 2-1-2 got extended and he's going to cause a turnover with the steal. Ott, layup reverse-wise, and he gets it in. What a nice finish. And that will give a 3-point lead now for Merrill. Robert, top of the key, lobs it over to Behrens. Behrens, the layup from the left side, will drop it in. Ott going to let it fly from distance. A bad miss, long rebound, going to kick out, still loose on the floor. Rue will gather it. Mustangs a chance to take the lead here on this possession. Seen a few lead changes already. Nielsen did it last time. Can he do it again? Yep.
Yeah, nice baseline runner action there.
And Nielsen gives the Mustangs a 2-point lead. Up ahead in the corner trying to answer is Kalinski, and no good. Another chance this time by Wendorf, who just hit a 3, but that one hardly hit the backboard, hardly hit the rim. Bad miss there.
Door might have just opened.
Good one, Storm. Nielsen trying to gather in the corner there. Short corner is Behrens, and elbow jumper. Roberts going to come up way short. Rebound, Burtman.
Yeah, I think if Trev holds that for another half second, he would have saw Nelson wide open in the corner.
We're 7 minutes in. We haven't seen a sub either side. This is, you do not see this very often in high school basketball. And both teams, we know Menominee's got a decent bench. I mean, they do have a few injuries here, but Merrill obviously got a bench as well, and neither coach vying to use him at the moment as Zimmerman misses a 3.
Yep. Nice find.
Yeah, Nelson, shot blocked there by Burtman. And our first sub here is going to be on the Mustang side. Parker Behrens, also in Max Branch. All knocked out of bounds. Good defense there on the inbound pass by Ott. Again, Ott the leading scorer here for Merrill, just under 14 a game. Jacob Rue, quick trigger 3 in that far side coffin corner. Comes up short. Rebound Merrill. Seen man-to-man defense the whole game here on the Menomonie side. Merrill's been in that 2-1-2 zone the entirety of the game as well. Neither coach has thrown a wrinkle here defensively. Ott kind of taking his time here, guarded by Nielsen. They're going to reset out top with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, not much of a hurry, right?
Step back jumper, trying to bank it in. Ott, but a bad miss. Loose ball on the floor, will be scooped up there by Tyler Nelson.
Good defensive possession there by the Mustangs.
Nelson, nice bounce underneath the Branch. Kick out. Parker Behrens, open 3 in the corner. Yep. Parker Behrens had a couple triples last night. Adds another one here this afternoon.
Yeah, I've kind of found the weak spot in that zone. They've had a couple corner threes pop up now, and with some varying actions too.
Trying to answer other side here. Wendorf, short miss, rebounded there by Nielsen. Mustangs chance to extend their 5-point lead. We haven't seen either team lead by more than exactly where we're at right now, 5. Almost stolen there out top by Zimmerman. Nice bounce underneath Branch. He kicks over. Open 3. Nielsen near side. That'll rattle out.
Nice pass by Branch there. Again, playing his role really well right now. Being available in the middle, looking for kickouts in the corners. And it'll be interesting to see how the matchup between 34 and Roberts goes as the game goes on, because we're able to throw another body at him right now.
Yeah, Max Branch got the defensive battle here on Bertman
and working,
at the moment.
And working.
Max Branch, I'll tell you one thing, he will not get on the basketball. He won't get pushed around.
Nope.
He's a big boy, is Max Branch, the starting offensive lineman here for the Mustangs this past football season. And he's strong underneath. Branch in the short corner, kick out Ruse, got an open look. Yep.
Just another great pass by Branch there. Like, really good understanding where the ball needs to go before he's even catching it. So.
What's the way to beat a zone, hit three-pointers? Mustangs got 5 of them already. Is Bertman on the putback's going to get fouled. But that's, I mean, the recipe to win a game against a zone defense, and the big reason they're up 8 right now is Bertman will head to the line, shooting the ball really well from distance. Nielsen's got 2, Ruse got 2, and Parker Behrens has got the other three-pointer here for the Mustangs. First one up and down for Bertman. Bunch of subs here for Menomonie. Parker Robert back into the game. Also Behrens into the game. That's Blake Behrens. And for the first time here, Javon Butler checks in. That one rattles home for Bertman. He'll hit both at the free throw line. 6-point lead now Mustangs. Nielsen kicks it to Butler in the corner. So 2 freshmen on the floor right now for Menomonie, and Behrens and Butler. Yeah, skip pass right there. In this type of zone, those skip passes are going to be available.
There, he finally saw it.
Butler to Nielsen. Mustangs now taking their time offensively. No rush at all. Behrens will find it in that short corner. That skip pass knocked away, but nice job, Robert, to clean it up, and he'll get an easy bucket because of it.
Yeah, good strong finish, good footwork there. Little zone look here by Menomonie.
Yeah, a little wrinkle here. 2-3 look here for Menomonie. Playing man to man all afternoon thus far. Well, that will travel. Easy call for the officials. That's the 3rd turnover here for Merrill. Mustangs have the exact same. Been a very clean game here, Storm. I mean, not a lot of fouls. Speaking of not a lot of fouls, we got 1 foul here so far in this first half. And only 6 total turnovers, 3 by each team.
Yeah, a lot of perimeter basketball, right? Not a lot of things going at the rim. So that's part of it. And both teams, I don't know, I don't want to say lack of aggressiveness, but like just kind of playing the game right now.
Nielsen's 3 will rattle out. We're going to have a timeout here for injury. It looks like number 3 there, Jensen Olsen.
That could be a big deal if they only have 7 deep.
Yeah, he's, I don't know if he caught maybe a knee to the thigh or an ankle. He's holding his right ankle there. Let's hope he's okay. Jacob Rue is going to check back in. Curtis Kimball here for Merrill has checked in. But yeah, we have not seen a lot of depth here from Merrill. Mustangs got a little bit more, but obviously with the injuries to DJ Butler and Ian Kistner, Mustangs also don't have the depth they normally do.
Correct.
And Robert will be whistled for his first foul, team second. Yeah, I think second day of a back-to-back here. Also, probably that slow down half-court look for your squad here as Tyler Nelson almost gets a steal on the inbound.
Yeah, especially if not as deep as you would like to be. Nice hit.
Yeah, big hit there by Curtis Kimball off the bench. And just like that, Merrill
hanging around
5. Largest lead for Merrill, 4. Largest lead for the Mustangs, 8. Rue's going to try to answer other side. Wow. Now Rue is feeling it. That's 8 3-pointers, and I'd say 1.5 games. Actually, not even total 1.5 games. There's still 5.5 minutes left here in this first half. And to say the hoop looks pretty big right now, I think it's an understatement for Jacob Rue. Kick out open 3, top of the key, answering it. Wendorf on that other side from Merrill.
And if I remember correctly from last night, Wendorf got pretty hot during the game against New Richmond.
Yeah, he's got 2 already, is Wendorf. Rue's got 3 from distance. Robert, double team's going to have to kick it back out. Quick trigger 3 there. Nelson, too much on it. Merrill a chance to get within a possession here. They can get a bucket. Ball's going to be reached in on. I think they're going to get Robert with that one. They will, and that will be his second. So head coach Greg Van Grunsman's got a decision to make. So Max Branch going to come in, I'm sure, for Robert with 2 fouls, as we see some subs here on the Blue Jays side as well. Morgan Sykes into the game. And Curtis Kimball. Sykes and Kimball. That's from a movie I know many years ago. Stormy, can you name it? Dr. Richard Kimball.
Oh.
In between the semicircles is Sykes. A little give and go didn't work on the screen there for Merrill.
Trying to play a little 2-man basketball.
I see Sykes just screening the basketball, trying to get a pick and roll, tossing up a 3 there. Wendorf rattles out, rebound Merrill to have another chance, trying to take advantage, and does. Curtis Kimball, his second 3.
Got to get a block out there if you're the Mustangs. Nobody put a body on was it 4 there that came across.
Rue's going to try a deep 3 and knocks it in. Wow. Jacob Rue, 12 points, all from distance, and he has been shooting the ball exceptionally well in this holiday tournament.
All right, he's on a heater.
I think they call that in baseball in the zone. 3, try to match on the other side. Wendorf comes up short. Mustangs have shot the ball exceptionally well from distance. Heat check 3, yes. Jacob Rue, 15 points, all from distance. He's got 10 3-pointers in this holiday tournament. If we had to pick a holiday tournament MVP, I think he'd be in the front runner right now. Jacob Rue, he gets beat on the back cut, however, on the other end, hoop and harm for Zimmerman.
It'll be interesting to see if Merrill has some sort of adjustment. They're getting lost in the zone between the bottom and top guy of whose responsibility that is. Because it's nothing crazy that Menomoni's doing action-wise. It's just running the baseline runner. He's kind of floating, finding a little space there. Probably would like to tag him, or we use glue as a term of just sticking a little bit more to a guy.
Yeah, you're right. Something's going to have to change here, Merrill, defensively, to either stay in that zone or some type of change to keep Rue from triggering from distance, because right now, to say he's feeling it, I think is an understatement.
Yep.
If you're the Merrill Blue Jays, you better know where Rue is on the floor. So he gets another one into the corner now. Nice job by Max Branch. Barron's jumper, and that will hit every part of the rim and drop in. So Blake Barron's now with 4 on the night. Biggest lead of the ball game here for the Mustangs. Correction, make it 7. They led by 8 at one point. Little give and go off the screen and roll, and before the shot, we're going to have a reach in. So they're going to get Jacob Rue with that one. I think that's going to be his second, so he will probably sit the last 2 minutes on the bench. Is coming in Parker Barron's for Menomonie.
Yeah, big 2 minutes here. See if we can Mustangs stack a stop on top of these makes.
Nowhere to go. He kicks it out. 10-foot jumper by Wendorf. He'll drop that in. Wendorf now with 8.
Nice
Merrill not going away. Top catch and shoot 3 comes up short for Parker Behrens. His older brother Blake Behrens. An offensive board, but then he'll turn it over back to the Blue Jays.
A little pressure here.
1:15 to go here before we head to the locker room.
And 2-2-1. And you got middle.
There's a steal by Behrens. Blake causes a turnover. Menomonie keeps it off the deflection. And we'll have Jacob Rue come in here. I'm guessing a set play for Jacob Rue maybe in this action here, Storm, with Jacob Rue coming in. 2 fouls, but head coach Greg Van Grunsven sending him in, I'm sure, for a potential 3-point opportunity here.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, Nielsen had him right behind him. Didn't notice it. There's a pick and pocket was odd for Merrill, and trying to go coast to coast doesn't get it. Now Jacob Rue with the basketball.
Maybe hold for one if
they
Coach
could right
Van
here,
Grunsven, yeah.
and you probably want to because you don't want to have Rue pick up a third. So hold for one against the zone's very doable here. Not going to do it. Nielsen will take a 15-footer, drop her in. Oh yeah, Jacob Rue just got to be careful here. Last 30 seconds not to pick up his third. Transition 3 by Wallen.
Probably
off
exactly
the mark.
What you wanted there.
Mustangs now they'll hold for sure and have a chance if they can get the ball in Jacob Rue's hand and he'll toss one up. Could lead by 10 at half.
Yeah, him and Nielsen both kind of feeling it. Keep playing the game right. A little high post touch here. I look opposite.
Well, bad pass there and right off the hands.
Good if it goes.
Of Rue, and the turnover will end it here for this first half. Menomonie 36, Merrill 29. We will be back on the Crystal Orthodontics halftime show right after this.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
We've been able to build out the areas, the rural areas around Menomonie.
Most of those places are spots that have little to no access to high-speed internet. Pretty much all of those phone calls, the people are ecstatic and so excited to be able to finally get fiber optics.
It's really great that we were able to serve the folks in the rural that probably thought they would never get good internet service.
We put the fiber in the ground. That gives them the connection, but it's also the support we provide. It's the services we provide over that fiber.
Back with you here, Mustangs TV. Chad Zutter, Storm Harmon on the call. Very good first half there, Storm. And boy, if you like perimeter basketball, this is the game right now for you. This is Mr. Three-point shooter. We have 8 threes by the Mustangs in that first half. That's about 70% of their points have come from distance. Leader there, Jacob Roos, got 5 3-pointers in the first half. Nielsen's got 2. Parker Barron's got the other one. Mustangs didn't shoot 1 free throw that entire first half. And you just mentioned it as we were at break. 0 fouls on Merrill the entire first half. I mean, you play a zone, you typically don't foul as much, but that's you don't see that a whole lot. Not even committing 1 foul in the entire half by Merrill. But let's run down the numbers here. 8 for Nielsen, 15 for Rue, 2 from Nelson, 3 from Barons, 4 for Trevor Robert, 4 for Blake Barons. And Mustangs, 6 turnovers committed in that first half, and as we said, no free throws at all attempted. For Merrill in that first half, they had 3 from Zimmerman, 4 from Ott, 6 from Kimball, 8 from Wendorf, and 8 from Burton. And for the Merrill Bluejays from the free throw line, a perfect 3 of 3. Merrill had committed 4 turnovers and hit 4 3-pointers in that first half. And Storm, talk a little bit about that first half. Mustangs obviously shot the ball extraordinarily well from distance. You can't expect that for an entirety of a game, but a great way to build a 7-point lead here going into halftime. Do you think Merrill's going to do something different defensively to combat that, great 3-point shooting from Menomonie?
I would think there'd be a little bit of a tweak out of it, whether it's a little bit of pressure and some trap action trying to take place with it. Like we said, they did show a little man against New Richmond last night when they were playing there too. I thought the Mustangs handled it really well with their baseline runner, a lot of short corner touches that turned into nice open looks off of it. But there are a lot of possessions too where Merrill's probably, the coach, was it Piper? Probably wondering where's our communication, guys, of letting the guy kind of get loose like that and trying to clean it up from that end. On the flip side, I think Coach Van Grunsven's very happy on the offensive side, but probably a little disappointed in the defense of not stacking a stop on top of those really good looks that Rue was kind of knocking down possession after possession. We're kind of trading 3s for 2s there for a little bit there. I think the big key to this next half here is really who actually is going to get to the paint and get to the free throw line. Usually the shooting starts to tighten up a little bit as the game goes on, but not a whole lot of finishes to the rim right now this first half. Who can get to the free throw line, win that, and who can actually make those finishes. Merrill did that the first about 2 minutes in with Bertman, where he was finishing at the rim, and then it kind of went away as the game went on. A lot of perimeter basketball that was taking place.
Yeah, great game we got here on the third here today in this Menomonie Holiday Tournament. Again, the girls will take on Rhinelander next. That will be a separate broadcast, so we will sign off, and then we'll come back here to start a new broadcast for that the girls basketball game against Rhinelander, again set for 5 o'clock. I'd like to thank all our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. You've seen a lot of them obviously throughout on commercials, but obviously our halftime show, Crystal Orthodontics is our sponsor for our halftime show. We got 24/7 Telecom, Shields, Dairy State Bank, Advanced Electrical and Mechanical, Denny's Appliance, Mike Sell Insurance, and Bill's Distributing. Big thanks to all our sponsors here that make these broadcasts possible. Well, we're going to take one more break. We'll be back with the start of the second half right after this.
High-deductible health plan opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
And telling everyone I meet that if they need appliances, they have to go to Denny's. I had done a lot of research prior to calling them to schedule an appointment. I called and I spoke with Kayla. She made some suggestions of things that I might want to consider versus what I had picked out. She wanted to make sure I got the best price and the best rebates. I was so thrilled when I got done working with her.
When you want peace of mind on your appliance purchase, schedule your one-on-one appointment with Denny's today.
Visit the newly designed Big Rivers website at BigRiversConference.org. Here, you can find results, standings, statistics, calendars, and historical league information. Back with you, Crystal Orthodontics halftime show. Mustangs with a 7-point lead here over the Merrill Bluejays, again out of the Great Northern, I should say, Conference. Merrill coming into this one 3-5 overall, 1-2 in the Great Northern Conference. The Mustangs 5-2 so far this season, 1-1 in the BRC. And let's run down some of those other tournament scores here at our halftime show. Let's start with yesterday. New Richmond defeating Merrill 80-73 in the boys' side. Girls' side, St. Croix Central defeating Rhinelander 72-38. We'll stay with the girls' side. Menomonie yesterday 64-24 over Merrill. Back to the boys' side, Menomonie defeated Anago last night 71-34. 2 games earlier today, we opened at 11 a.m. St. Croix Central defeated Merrill 59-27. That was in girls action. And then New Richmond defeated Anago 95-54. That was in boys action here. So game 7 of 8 here where you're currently at. One more to finish this Menomonie Holiday Tournament. Big kudos here to Matt Riley. I mean, you call full days. I mean, I don't know what time he got in yesterday and today, but he's here till 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock here both nights. These are long days for an athletic director. A lot of moving parts, multiple officials, multiple teams, multiple locker rooms. So big kudos to Matt Riley working. I know he's got some help here, Storm, but man, as an athletic director, this has got to be, some really long days, just so many moving parts when you have a holiday tournament.
Yeah, shout out to Martha Peabody also.
Yes.
He's right there with him helping organize this whole thing. And again, too, you had a little weather wrinkle into it.
Yes.
Also. There's a little bit more dynamics going on than just some basketball. So, again, a luxury that we have, and we're very, very fortunate that he puts the time and energy in to make this happen for the community.
LBME Mustangs basketball here to start this second half. Look like Nielsen, Rue, Nelson, Robert, and Behrens out on the floor here. Looks like the same starters here for Merrill as well in the second half. Zimmerman, Kalinowski, Ott, Wendorf, and Bertman for Merrill. They're going to stay in that 2-1-2. Defensively are the Blue Jays. Jacob Rue with 5 3-pointers in that first half. And you're right, Storm, I think he only shot them all maybe 8-10 times at the most, but he had all good looks. Tyler Nelson's going to try to see if he can get one from distance. No, Jacob Rue an offensive board, and then he throws it all the way into the backcourt.
Is that tipped?
Yeah, well, either that or they say Merrill touched it first in the backcourt, but we're going to have a timeout here as Blake Behrens lost his shoe on that dive attempt. But, yeah, that's the only way it's not an over and back is if the Merrill Blue Jay, I think that was Ott, touched it first in the backcourt.
He must have thought his teammate touched it.
Or that, yep. So, yeah, I didn't see that normal, what you see from one of the trail officials, that tip sign that they indicate if the ball was tipped into the backcourt, which obviously does not institute an over and back. Menomonie keeps the possession. Robert in the short corner, nice pass to Behrens. He's going to try to bank it, but too much on it. Loose ball, out of bounds. Tyler Nelson.
Yeah, good feed there. If I'm Blake, I'm coming down a little power dribble right there and going up strong with it. I think he bailed out the defender, playing a little bit more passive and fading away. He's a big kid. He go finish with that strong left hand.
Merrill will break the press there, applied by Menomonie. Oh, top here, Wendorf. Kick out. Ott thought about a long three, instead into the short corner among the trees, and blocked as Kalinowski by Robert. And Frida Barons is knocked away. Steal by Merrill. Turnover Mustangs. Merrill a chance. Neither team has scored yet in this second half. Chance to cut their deficit here. Good no call, I thought, right there is
Robert.
Yeah, he did a good sales job there, but the whistles weren't buying.
I don't know if he registered for Theater 1 or anything like that, but I'll talk to him about it. That was not a bad sell on his part.
Sign him up for the Drama Club after that one.
Ooh,
nice feed there underneath, and Bertman now with 10 after the easy land.
Yeah, wiry strong, right? Was able to hold Roberts on his backside there a little bit and finish quick off the catch. Good screen and roll action there by Merrill.
This Merrill team is giving Menomonie a little troubles here as there's another turnover, second one here.
So you'll notice,
tonight.
too, like we were wondering what the adjustments would have been with their zone. They're extending just probably another yard, 2 yards higher than they were the first half, which is bothering that guard action.
Well, we're going to take a break here. Mustangs TV. Be back right after this. Visit the newly designed Big Rivers website at bigriversconference.org. Here, you can find results, standings, statistics, calendars, and historical league information. Back on Mustangs TV. Menomonie, a couple turnovers to start this second half, but no points. And Merrill a chance here on this possession now to make it a one-possession game. We knew this Merrill squad is a good basketball team. They played New Richmond very tough yesterday. I think, Storm, you mentioned they were up 15 in the first half against New Richmond. New Richmond battled back and got the victory, but they have some talent on this Merrill squad, no question. Underneath there. Kick out. Zimmerman will drive. Tough jumper on that baseline. What a jump shot there for Zimmerman. And
he's a sophomore, right?
Yeah, the sophomore hits one of the more difficult shots you could probably take in basketball. Nielsen, three on the near side, off the front iron. And Merrill now within a bucket.
And kind of like controlling the tempo of what they want to play with right now, I think. They have not felt rushed the entire game so far.
Merrill still has not committed a foul as well. Yeah, no fouls in the first half by Merrill. We have no fouls by either team 4 minutes into the second half. Enter underneath, and well, there you go. Isaac Nielsen will reach over top and be whistled for the first one. That's Nielsen's first, Menomonie's first in the second half. You always see a little less fouls, obviously, when a team plays zone than man-to-man, but quick trigger three, far side, matching it is Kalinowski Zimmerman with the three-pointer, and the sophomore will tie it up here at 36 apiece, our first tie tonight.
Yeah, you usually get a pull-up jumper that looks that smooth. You're probably feeling a little bit, and that stroke just looked just as good.
It was 36-29 at halftime. As you see on your screen, that's a 7-0 run for Merrill to begin this second half. Robert with the basketball. Nice defense there by Bertman to defend it. But then the putback hoop and harm is good by Robert.
Basket by Robert.
And Robert a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, good hustle and energy there by Trev.
His first, team's first. To the line, Trevor Robert.
Robert will complete the three-point play at that Bills Distributing free throw line. First free throw attempted by Menomonie in this ball game. And first foul committed by Merrill. That's going to be a turnover in transition here as Merrill trying to get a tough pass inside. That would have been a great catch. And that was kind of like one of those quarterbacks. You're trying to throw it in that tiny little opening. Had to be just perfect, otherwise the defender was going to knock it away, or worst case for Merrill, off the fingertips and out of bounds turnover.
Yep.
Rue, who hit 5 threes in that first half, on the near side. Merrill trying to defend him here the second half a little better than the first half. Not there. Rue had a good look. A little bit too much on it. Rebound to Robert.
Good.
And he's going to be reached in on.
Yeah, that's great energy by Trevian. Creating another opportunity, another possession for the Mustangs there. He is asking for that seal. He kind of gets that guy sealed when the ball's up high there. We got to throw that up towards the glass for him to go get. He's got a little guard on him. You'll see here as he puts him on his back. Right here is where you're looking. Put that right at the rim. He can go get that.
Just what we talked about. Lob over to Robert. He brings it down. Now he can go up and over, and he does.
And I think that's there all night. Like, he's doing a good job. If I'm asking him, I'm probably asking him to steal a little bit more real estate, bump that guy out another yard, and it probably looks as a little bit more cleaner pass for his teammates.
I was kind of surprised the guard went away from Robert. They had him double teamed, and he went away from him. Robert said, well, we'll just go up him over top of the defender, and he did that.
And that's probably the impact of the gravity that Rue's pulling on guards right now, right? They probably heard an earful of letting him get going here in the first half, so we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Little drop pass.
Entry inside. There it is, Bertman over
That's
top.
A tough lefty
Robert,
finish there.
That's a good matchup. We talked about it before the game started. Those are two evenly matched kids as far as size goes. And, Burton got his bucket on this end just before Robert had it on the other. Rue, another three for him. That one rattles in and out. Nielsen can't get the putback. Barron's another chance. Nope. And Merrill will try to save it. Loose ball on the floor. And we're going to have a tie-up as the official called it. But the near side coach, Troy Pieper, he wanted a timeout. He was yelling for timeout to save that possession. But nonetheless, jump ball does go to Merrill. But I think he wanted the arrow instead. Far side with it. Ott, who's been held in check here. Ott just 4 points in the first half. Zimmerman has not, and he answers again. Another three-pointer for Zimmerman, the sophomore now with 11. We talked about it in the pregame. This is not a one-man show here for Merrill. They got multiple guys that can score points, and Zimmerman's showing he's one of them right now. Nelson, a bounce to Rue. Tying game. Nelson's going to try to untie it, and he does. Jacob Rue, his sixth three-pointer here tonight. He's got 18, all from distance. Mustangs lead by 3. That's 11 three-pointers in 2 games so far.
Trev's third.
For Jacob Rue, and that is going to be Robert, third foul. So Robert looks like he's going to check out as at the scorers table is Max Branch and Parker Behrens. First one up and down for Bertman.
Yeah, nice touch from the big man there.
So Branch and Parker come in, Behrens, and Rue and Robert will take a rest here. Second one comes up short. Rebound Nelson. Mustangs with the basketball, a 2-point lead, 11.5 to go. And Merrill has been in this 2-1-2 zone the entire ball game against the Mustangs. Jumper from Blake Behrens. The lefty has 6 now for Menomonie. Zimmerman, who's been hot in this second half, far side. Menomonie's got to keep an eye on him in this 2-3 zone. Trying to answer near side Cooper Wendorf. That one misses the mark. And Tyler Nelson will grab the miss. Parker Behrens to the elbow. Now over to his older brother Blake, who knocks it down. Blake Behrens finding his stroke here. He's got 8, a couple jumpers on the last 2 possessions.
Yeah, nice job. He gained a little real estate, faded off of Parker attacking there, and was able to knock down that jumper. Nice two-man game by the brothers. I'm sure they've had a lot of opportunities in the driveway, passing back and forth between each other.
Entry underneath and then a kick out. And that's going to be a turnover. Merrill gives it right back to the Mustangs here. And Tyler Nelson will play point here for Menomonie. Max Branch in that short corner. Swung around, Parker Barons now in between the circles. All kicked out of bounds here by the Blue Jays. Menomonie led by 7 at half. Merrill tied it up at, 39, excuse me, yeah, 36 and 41. This game was tied, and now Menomonie back with a 6-point lead. See Robert on the bench here with 3 fouls. We'll see when head coach Greg Van Grunsven elects to send him back out. Branch, a nice feed underneath there. Blake Barons misses the short jumper. And here comes the Blue Jays.
Next evolution of that, you can see Nielsen, he was cutting on that backside there. We're off that short corner catch to the high post. Blake can dump that down while he's diving.
Blake Barons whistled on the other side. And we will have Rue and Robert check back in. Max Branch. One more's got to come off. There it is, Blake Barons. We'll get some time on the bench. Our side quick trigger 3 there by Kalinowski, and he knocks her down.
You can see that possession.
What Merrill needed.
Yeah, that possession was a little miscommunication going on from the start for the Mustangs, and guy ended up getting loose on them.
Rue looking for number 7. Too much on that one. Nelson gives Menomonie another opportunity. Rue's going to fire another one. This one comes up short. Nelson, jumper, free throw line. Yep. Boy, offensive second chances right there. Mustangs be back right after this.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
A high-deductible health plan opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back with your Mustangs TV. Storm Harmon, Chad Zutter on the broadcast here. Again, we'll have the girls next. Menomonie girls will take on the Rhinelander Hodags. That'll be a 5 o'clock tip time. Mustangs led at half. Merrill's tied it twice in the second half. Now Mustangs back with a 5-point lead. Cross-court pass near side to Kalinowski. Swung all the way over to Ott, far side.
Yeah, Merrill handled that well. Good find.
Yeah, Zimmerman trying to stay hot from distance, and he does. Another 3 there from Zimmerman. He's got 3 on the afternoon. And
11 in the second half alone now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he only had 3 at halftime than Zimmerman. He's got 14.
And then that was all predicated on Ott. That was a great play, right? Purpose getting downhill, under control, found the shooter as he was attacking.
Nelson, a tough jumper from that baseline. Too much. Robert, an offensive rebound, and then he's going to be fouled. there as Kalinowski just kind of grabbed him. Easy call for the officials.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the offensive rebound percentage is after this game. The Mustangs are kind of killing them on the glass right now, but part of that's predicated on the outside shooting from Rue. The zone defense is stretched so far from the rim that's given a lot of opportunities for the Mustang to create those second chance opportunities.
Barons in for Barons, and the turnover off the steal by the Blue Jays. Well, chance for Merrill to tie it or take the lead here. They haven't led since it was 4-0. They give it right back.
Man.
And then Merrill gets it right back. Stay tuned, folks. I think we're going to have a good finish here, and got to have some close games after yesterday's storm. I like have a one possession end of the game is a little better than a 40-point running clock. Definitely more exciting for the fans. Definitely more exciting for the broadcasters. Probably more exciting for the players too.
Yes, I would say that.
Underneath, tying it up, Eli Burtman with another bucket. Burtman now with 16.
Yeah, Menomie's got to do a better job keeping him off his right shoulder. He's really smooth with that lefty finish. Try and get him to go force to the right hand a little bit more.
Nice job by Barons to get on the other side of the rim, but couldn't finish. Great feed from Robert underneath. So now Merrill has a chance to take the lead. They have not led in this game since it was 4-0 to start. They've tied it a handful of times, but chance to take it here, and the jumper there by Wendorf from the short corner, way too much. Good collection of Merrill fans here right across the court, and we're going to have a reach-in foul. I think they're going to get Zimmerman with that one. They will. Kind of a careless one, about 35 feet from the basket.
See if we can get Trev a touch here if you're Menomonie.
Yeah,
Been a while since he's had a finish at the rim, I think.
Yeah, and Burtman just came out to take a rest, so good time for Trevor to get a touch as Sykes checked in for Burtman. Nielsen, they're leaving him open. That's a long three, obviously. No dribble there for Isaac Nielsen. If you're a Menomonie here, you can definitely work some offense. Try to, like you said, I agree, get the ball in, get Trevor some touches inside.
Yep.
See what happens. You can always get that three later in a possession. You can always get that three-point look anytime. As Nielsen gets the ball knocked away, and then we're going to have a timeout. Head coach Greg Van Grunsman as Blake Barons scooped up the loose ball. We'll do the same. Mustangs TV.
We've been able to build out the rural areas around Menomonie.
Most of those places are spots that have little to no access to high-speed internet. Pretty much all of those phone calls, the people are ecstatic and so excited to be able to finally get fiber optics.
It's really great that we were able to serve the folks in the rural that probably thought they would never get good internet service.
We put the fiber in the ground. That's gives them the connection, but it's also the support we provide. It's the services we provide over that fiber.
Back with your Mustangs TV. Game number 7 of 8 in this Menomonie Holiday Tournament, also formerly known as the Candy Cane Classic. Kick out to Rue on the entry pass.
Yeah, that was a nice time out to watch. Coach Van Grunsven let his players talk through what they're seeing. You could see some really good communication between Trev and Jake Rue.
Robert, tough shot. He was defended by a double team there, and then on the rebound, Menomonie will foul. I think they're going to get Barons. They will. Well, stay tuned, folks. 5.5 minutes to go, and this could easily come down to a last possession type of game. As checking in here, Curtis Kimball. The Fugitive, that was the movie I was thinking of. Dr. Richard Kimball, and then the Sykes was also in that movie. The old Merrill Bluejays got some names that are familiar to any of you old movie fans, as we have a foul in the front court there. They're going to get Nielsen with that one. I think like head coach Greg Van Grunsven wanted to travel before the foul.
Oh, boys.
Yeah, left him open. And Robert comes out of nowhere to swat away Zimmerman, but Zimmerman had a wide open look there, it looked like initially.
Yeah, I think he hesitated just a little bit, and Trev was able to react. And that's one thing that's been really noticeable this season. Trev's quickness of getting up off the floor, big difference from last year.
Trying to work around a couple defenders is Robert, and he won't make the shot, but he will head to that Bills distributing free throw line. He's the only player here in this ball game from Menomonie to go to that Bills distributing free throw line. He's just went there one time. This is his second. It's getting a little heated at the end here. Both coaches, giving them their voice of their displeasures towards the officials here on these last two possessions as Robert misses the first one. You see head coach Troy Pieper here for the Merrill Bluejays. He had some words for one of the officials here that reported that last foul. Second one off the mark as well. Loose ball. Merrill going to grab it. They're going to transition up ahead to Zimmerman. Back to Kimball. Good. Now they'll reset with the Blue Jays.
Good recovery by the Mustangs there to get back. Merrill had some numbers for an opportunity at the rim, and good hustle, took advantage of that.
Ball knocked out of bounds, going to stay to the Blue Jays. We'll have a sub here. Bertman coming back in, and I'm guessing Sykes, and it is Sykes going to take a seat here for the Blue Jays. So Merrill, chance again to take the lead here. Ott will fire up a three, and there it is.
We've been kind of waiting for that moment, right?
Yep, first lead for Merrill since it was 4-0 to begin this game, but they trailed by as much as 8, have the Blue Jays. And now they lead.
Ott's just had a nice feel for the game up to this point. Nice kick out.
Barron hits the jumper on the other end. He has been shooting the ball well from that mid-range line. He's got 12 now, or make it 10. But this definitely could be a last possession type of game here. Yeah. This is a seesaw battle. Multiple ties, handful of lead changes here.
Not him.
Now Zimmerman has been hot. That one in and out. Loose ball going to be grabbed there by Merrill, but then they're out of bounds, and one of the officials here, we got something going on. We're going to have some fun here. I think officials are going to say timeout here, Merrill, so they will keep the possession. Head coach Greg Van Grunsven is saying ball is bobbled.
He's going to give you some energy here one way or the other right now.
That's right. This one.
Merrill's taking theirs right now.
No matter what the call is, the officials are going to have one coach that they need to explain themselves to. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
As it is going to be a timeout White as the official call. So we're going to do a full timeout. We'll do the same here. Mustangs TV. Be back right after this.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Well, big thanks to the Stripes here. Again, whether you like the call, you hate the call, you think it's the wrong call, without these guys, we don't play basketball games. So, we just put a little ad on for them. And they're always going to take grief as the officials. And the old saying goes, Storm, I'm sure coaches say the same thing. When I ref a perfect basketball game, then I'll retire, right? Just like I coach a perfect basketball game, then I'll retire. And officials do the best that they can with the information in front of them. But always challenging. There's always those tough calls, and we saw one just moments ago.
Yep.
Through now with the basketball over to Nielsen, far side. Menomonie a chance to retake the lead. Entry into Robert. Ooh, Robert's getting a lot of touches underneath, and there he throws it over Nielsen's head. But you can tell Merrill, they collapse on him immediately when he touches the ball. They know they don't want him down below with the basketball, and it has been a struggle. I mean, he's really had to work for his baskets here in this ball game. They haven't made anything easy for Trevor.
Yeah, they steal his space really fast. Been doing a great job the second half with that. And Merrill in no rush. They've been pretty methodical all night. Playing pretty complimentary basketball, too. Playing off one another.
I've seen Menomonie in this 2-3 zone a lot of the second half, kind of a wrinkle. We saw him in man-to-man pretty much the entirety of the first half. Entry underneath there to Burtman. He's going to try a hook shot over Robert. That'll be a heel miss.
Probably tough from that distance. That's a good job by Trev, winning some space and bumping him from the rim.
Now Menomonie down a point, trying to retake the lead. There's a kick there on the entry pass to Behrens.
I feel if you're Menomonie, this might be an opportunity, too, to get Rue on a baseline run or get him lost a little bit and see if he can get an opening.
Again, Rue had 5 threes in that first half, one more in this second half. But Merrill's done a much better job of defending those shots here in the second half. Rue had a lot of open looks in the first half. Underneath, Behrens over to Nelson. Nelson, a fadeaway from about 14, and he gets the front-end friendly rim. And Tyler Nelson with 6 now gives the lead back to Menomonie.
Yeah, he likes that mid-range.
Ball loose, almost stolen, and then Zimmerman will go all the way to the basket and draw the foul. Boy, good job by Zimmerman just to kind of stay with it as a sophomore. And it looked like Menomonie had the ball stolen from him 2 or 3 times. Under 2 to go. We are a possession game right now. First one for Zimmerman. He ties it at 54. Second one from Zimmerman will give the lead to Merrill if he can knock it down, and he does.
Sound like a whistle almost.
He did, a little bit, yeah. How many girls out of their locker room to see the end of this one here? They're up next against Rhinelander. Feed inside, and that ball out of bounds to Merrill. Turnover at Menomonie.
Some nice sportsmanship there by Burtman. Him and Robert's been battling all night, helping him up off the deck. Lazy.
Entry stolen by Nielsen. He gets it to Nelson to Nielsen, and then Nielsen is going to be fouled, head to the free throw line.
Great hustle by the Mustangs there. Just simple things of coming to the ball strong, meeting it with 2 hands. That didn't take place for Zimmerman there, but created an opportunity for the Mustangs to get a couple of free throws back here.
So Nielsen and that Bills distributing free throw line. First one on its way. He ties it at 55. Big thanks to Bills distributing free throw sponsor. Both teams now in the bonus the rest of the way. Second one from Nielsen, nothing but nylon. And the lead back to Menomonie by 1. Into the front court here. The Blue Jays with the basketball. Man-to-man defense this time now for Menomonie. Oh, correction, make it a 2-3 zone. Still a 2-3. It looked like a man-to-man matchup there.
Extending a little bit here. Want to be smart with it, though, if you're Tyler there. Don't want to be given an open look. They've shown they've had multiple shooters on the floor the entire night.
Now we'll see when head coach Troy Pieper, if he decides to use a timeout sometime in this possession, is bringing it down is Burton, and the ball just taken away by Nielsen. What a turnover there and a steal by the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think he probably should have took one there. You could see the
kind
little
of
disorganized. And
what do you do if you're Merrill here? I mean, when do you foul? Menomoni's not going to shoot the ball unless they get a layup at this point. Nelson out, 38 seconds. And then we'll have a foul there. Zimmerman will foul Nelson. So Nelson with the 1-and-1 opportunity. And
Team 7. To line for the bonus for the Mustangs, Tyler Nelson.
Bills distributing free throw line. Nelson, first one. Yep. Cool as a cucumber, Tyler Nelson, the senior. Give a chance for the Mustangs to get a 3-point lead here if he can knock down this second free throw. And he does. Mustangs down the stretch here, a perfect 4 for 4 at that charity strike. Big reason they're up by 3. We'll take a break. Mustangs TV.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
Well, thanks for coming along, folks. We might have a doozy finish here tonight against the Merrill Bluejays. Menomonie, the 3-point lead coming out of this Merrill timeout. Almost 100 people right now watching this one. Merrill, let's see if they go for a quick 2 or get an open 3. They need points either way on this possession. Inside, no travel. Well, that's what you didn't need if you're Merrill right there. That is a costly turnover.
Yep.
They're obviously going to foul, try to extend this game as long as possible. They're going to foul Nelson immediately, who just hit 2. As this season progresses, you go for last year's stance. Some coaches, but these new players, coaches really don't know early on in the season, hey, who do we foul in a situation like 6-8 attempts? You really can't tell who's a good free throw shooter or not. By January, February, you got those numbers to really tell you. Tyler Nelson, first one on the 1-1, up and down. But the Mustangs here right now in this second half are shooting the ball well down the line here. 5 for 5 down the stretch for Menomonie at that Bills distributing free throw line. And 5 for 6. Mustangs lead by 4. Merrill needs a bucket, and they need it quick. Under 20 to go. Inside, Mustangs playing good man-to-man defense. Inside, what a great drive and finish there by Kolanowski, and that will give a 2-point deficit now to Merrill, and they'll take a timeout. We'll do the same here. Be back in 30.
I'm telling everyone I meet that if they need appliances, they have to go to Denny's. I had done a lot of research prior to calling them to schedule an appointment. I called and I spoke with Kayla. She made some suggestions of things that I might want to consider versus what I had picked out. She wanted to make sure I got the best price and the best rebates. I was so thrilled when I got done working with her.
When you want peace of mind on your appliance purchase, schedule your one-on-one appointment with Denny's today.
Back with you here, Mustangs TV, and Merrill will have to foul immediately here again on this inbound. And you talked about it, Storm, at the break there. They'll first off obviously deny as much as possible. best case, they get a steal if you're Merrill. But if not, they got to foul immediately trying to extend this game. We'll see who Barron's can get it into, and we're going to have a timeout before the inbound by head coach Greg Van Grunsven. Did not want to gamble on a 5-second call. We'll take a break. Be back right after this.
Enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Visit the newly designed Big Rivers website at bigriversconference.org. Here, you can find results, standings, statistics, calendars, and historical league information. Back with your Mustangs TV. Got a good finish coming up here. 13 seconds left. Mustangs lead by 2. It is their basketball. They'll have to inbound here, and Merrill is going to foul immediately off that inbound if they can't get a steal. Merrill will get over to Nelson. Nelson double-teamed and trapped, gets on to Nielsen, and then they foul and give up about 4 seconds to the Blue Jays. Nielsen 2 for 2 from the line so far, and is still single bonus. That's just the 9th foul, so Nielsen's got to get this first one down to have another opportunity to make it a 2-possession game.
What Coach Van Grunsven does too, if you're up 3 with them coming down, do you take and make them force? Some coaches are a big let's foul and keep this game going that way. Some are let's see if the 3 rides or not.
First one from Nielsen. Yes. So Nielsen can make this, I wouldn't say completely out of reach, but statistically speaking, much more challenging for Merrill to win if he drops this one in. And he does. That may do her here if Merrill's got to get a quick score and then a stop immediately, and they turn it over. Yeah, down the stretch here, Merrill's turnovers have just been kind of too costly to overcome.
Yeah.
You know, they saw it when down 3, they turned it over with about 30 seconds left. It's been a challenge here for Merrill is up ahead Nelson, and that will do it, folks. Your final. Menomonie is going to get a very, very nice victory over a good Merrill team, 61-57. And the Mustangs will improve to 6-2 overall. The Merrill Blue Jays will drop to 3-6. We'll be back on the postgame show very quickly with our final numbers. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
We've been able to build out the areas, the rural areas around Menomonie.
Most of those places are spots that have little to no access to high-speed internet. Pretty much all of those phone calls, the people are ecstatic and so excited to be able to finally get fiber optics.
It's really great that we were able to serve the folks in the rural that probably thought they would never get good internet service.
We put the fiber in the ground. That's gives them the connection, but it's also the support we provide. It's the services we provide over that fiber.
Back with you here, Mustangs TV. Our screen went out, but we'll just wrap this one up as our camera obviously was offline here for our huddle camera. We'll get that fired up for the girls' game as well. But let's run down the numbers here. Again, your final, Menomonie defeats Merrill 61-57. You still don't see that on your screen as the clock was reset as well. But final numbers here, we'll do it real quickly. We got to get back on the air for the girls' game. For Menomonie, 12 points for Nielsen, 18 for Rue, all from distance. Nelson with 9, 3 for Parker Behrens, 9 for Trevor Robert, 10 from Blake Behrens. Mustangs 8 of 11 from the free throw line, 13 turnovers. For the Merrill Bluejays, 16 for Peyton Zimmerman, 5 for Kalinowski, 7 for Ott, 6 for Kimball, 8 for Wendorf, and 15 for Bertman. Merrill, 10 turnovers, and from the free throw line, they were 7 of 8. We'll get off air here, and we'll get back on for the Menomonie Mustangs girls squad against Rhinelander. You've been watching Mustangs TV.